you're kind of guessing between one of three countries there.
Yeah.
You're either thinking Denmark, Norway, or Sweden. However, Loai, I've got no idea where he's from. Just looking at his name, I'm just wondering if there might be some sort of family naming in that. I'll have to ask him after the game.
Brent Woodford, table 12, please. Brent Woodford, table 12. Second 15 to stand by, please. Graham Walker, forward. Frank Soul to Maroon. Jeff McLaren, Highboy. Brian Pater, Papanui.
So from what you've seen, Sam,
One away from 16.
and you've seen a hell of a lot more of this than I have.
Yep.
A, how's the table been running? And B, how have these players been going for time?
From what I've witnessed, the tables are running nice. The people I've talked to have said the tables are nice. And I was just informed not long ago we were only 6 minutes behind scheduled time.
Was I on TV then?
You were.
Yes,
You were, Ron, and we
all
were
saw what
cheering
you
you all
did.
the way, mate.
Yep.
That last frame was just genius. Genius. We hope you were going to double the flag.
Right.
That was your
Ron
trademark
was just
shot.
asking us if he was on TV for that last frame, but we had to tell him that yes, we all saw what he did,
Yeah, well, he took his
and there
chances
would have
well.
been about
First
30
and
other
foremost.
people
We
at
wore
least
him
who
down
saw
in the
what he
last
did.
Well done. The 3-0's a bit of a shit score, isn't it? Yeah, later on.
Yep. Yeah, you can. Yep.
Go to YouTube and look up On Cue streaming.
So
and then On Cue streaming.
Loai, by the look of it,
And
going
subscribe,
for
and then you can watch your game back
overs.
later on.
The good thing about
And your commentary. Great
where
commentary.
the good thing about where that ball was is that it was close enough to the pocket where he could cheat the pocket.
On Cue streaming.
Because if he'd tried to play that into the centre of the pocket, he most likely would have hit the one first. But because it was close enough to the pocket where he could hit not the centre of the ball, he could still pot it. There he's gone and off on the 11, so Trim getting an early look at this frame. So Sammy's just ducking away quickly.
I'm not surprised.
Looks like Stevie Denton's going to sit in the chair next to me while Sam's away. Getting a quick rundown on how the system works before he turns his mic on and joins me.
Hello, voice.
Hello, Stephen.
I don't know these two players at all, sorry. Trim and Lau.
I've seen Trim before. I have not seen any of Loai, however.
Loai.
I wouldn't have even been able to pick him out from a lineup before tonight.
And where would that name come from? Trim Olsen Uvik.
Okay.
Sounds very
Oh.
Scandinavian, doesn't it?
It is, he's Norwegian.
Oh, he's Norwegian.
He's from Norway.
Oh, we thought you were 85. That's what we said on the stream. So I'm sure he's 85. I'm just talking to the great Ron Turner. He's come over to have a little chat with us after his epic frame. No.
I think he
always
might
a
be the
pleasure.
oldest man in the field. He's 82 years old,
82.
and he'd only started playing pool fairly recently, so he hasn't been playing for 60 odd years.
And his wife passed away, so he decided to take up pool.
Yeah,
Along
so-
with his art, because he's a great artist.
So yeah, I mean,
With us-
tragic obviously that his wife died, but for him to be able to find pool through that, there's definitely a silver lining there.
And with a name like Turner, he's born to be an artist.
Oh, for sure. Or a pump installer.
So this is Trim, is it, playing now?
Yeah.
Right. That was a trim.
Oh, careful. Yeah, you had to be careful with the way you cued that. And he's looking down at his cue now. It's almost like he wasn't quite sure of how to hit that.
Don't think he can get through to that 3, can he?
I think he can, you know.
You reckon? I'll come off
Don't know
the
if
top
he can
and go towards
pot
the
it,
5.
though. Not sure if it's potable, but I think he can see it. Or was he lining up the angle off the rail?
Just had our first viewer checking in from St. Lucia in the Caribbean. Welcome, Barbara Esnard. Not quite sure what your connection is to the New Zealand pool scene, but welcome anyway. Maybe you could tell us a little bit about who you are.
Yeah, I'm guessing you've got a one or more people whom you know who play pool here. You just so happen to be in St. Lucia, so it's a fair distance away, as I was saying before. There's obviously some sort of story about how you got there. Maybe it could even be COVID related.
So loai, we'll call him.
Yeah, I'd say it's something like that. Loai. I'll have to ask him after the match. Oh, I tell you what, he's not half shy.
Oh, free ball.
There's no holding back on that, was there?
He's got
Something I've actually liked to see. I've seen it a lot today, is that players aren't half hitting them, they're going for their shots, which makes for great streaming.
Yeah, he's got a chance of playing the free ball orange plant, should we call it? Screw back up for the 3.
Double orange and then...
Double orange, yeah.
Yeah.
But no, he's chosen to go 3 first. Does he realise he's got a free ball? Oh well, we'll find
Pretty
out.
sure he did.
He must have called that as a free ball.
Would have had to call 15 as a free ball. It's pretty safe though. You wouldn't think that this would leave him in any sort of trouble. Because the 5 is a pain where it is, just to put it mildly.
I can't see how that 5's coming out. By he's going to have to wait for it to be potted or.
Here's a shot that he could be looking at. He's not playing it because I can see the angle, but the shot for me would have been to play the 10 to try to put it in front of the 8.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Which would have been a difficult shot, yeah, but if he'd seen it, then if he'd managed to get it in the way of the 8 ball, it would have given him at least one more shot. As it is, Trim's well and truly got the upper hand in this frame, and he's got another free ball. The problem that he's got is he's got a lot of traffic to negotiate there. A lot of potential landmines that he could step on.
What's he going for, John?
Looks like he's playing the 13 to cannon into the 5. Oh,
gosh.
Well, that's about the worst possible outcome.
Yep, I'd
He's
say
opened
so.
everything up for Loai here.
And with the 3 up the top there, it's making for a big pocket in the corner for the black. So
I'd be considering playing the 3 first.
where's he
He's
going with
not
that
got a
white?
combo.
He
I
can't
think
play
Trim's
it.
just telling him that.
15 to stand by.
Yeah, it's not 9 ball on a big table. He's
He's going about this in an interesting way. Not sure why he's not going for the.
This tells me, you know what this is telling me, that he doesn't have much experience with the rules.
No.
Obviously not knowing that he had a free ball and not a combo tells me he doesn't know the rules very well, but the fact that you could take the 3 as a free ball and make that shot easier.
But this is difficult for Trim to hold for the black in the middle, so he might have to go up or down, or he might be okay. He's going to have to hit it real slow. Yeah,
and
that
then
was,
you're at the mercy
that was the
of
danger. Oh well, he's got the double for the first frame.
Yeah, he was at the mercy of the table too, wasn't he? If the table didn't play straight, then he would...
Oh, he's hit the
It's
black with
actually
the end
come
of his
back and hit the cue, so
Oh,
it's
no.
frame over. I wonder if Loai knows that.
Frame conceded.
Yeah, and Trim, good on him. He's conceded the frame.
1-0 to Loai. Rather
got that Yeah, any foul on the black in these rules is a loss of frame, and I think loai is just talking to Trim about that now and asking how that came to be, and Trim no doubt's telling him basically what I've just said.
Well, any foul on the black, when you're on the black, obviously, rather than during the frame. So if you're on the black at the end and you're fouling anyway, then that's loss of frame.
Maybe loai plays a different set of rules where it's not necessarily loss of frame if you foul on the black. Like playing two-shot or black ball rules, or even playing world rules on the big tables, it's not loss of frame if you foul on the black in most cases. So it's a bit of a jump from those rules to these rules.
This is one of the few that I'm aware of, where foul on the black loses you the frame.
Yeah, so it's a bit unusual, isn't it? Obviously for us, we're used to it, so it's the other way around, but you have to look at it from the other side. Coming from a rule set where it's not a loss of frame, you're a bit surprised if your opponent does foul on the black and you win the frame. You're like, what? But then you're having to have it explained to you.
Yeah. Yeah, you got it. Trim fouled on the black. The black came back and hit the tip of his kid. He was trying to double it close up and it came back and hit the kid.
So it is going to be a...
Oh, we're playing now?
So Jess Brown is actually playing my co-commentator very soon. I think Jess is just...
As long as you're nice to me.
Jess is just trying to figure out how much money she needs to give him to go easy. So she can't even afford to bribe him. So she's just going to have to play extremely well.
I've got no cash for any food, so I would have took $10 easily. I'd been fine.
So
a frame
takes the easy over near the pocket for establishment of set.
Wow.
It's just curious the way that he actually played that bridge shot, how he only had one finger on the table with his bridge. Anyway, I wonder if you guys will actually get to see that, but a lot of players for stability will try to get as many fingers on the table as possible in terms of the bridge hand to maximise the stability in the bridge.
So just had some interesting information. You might be good to hear the payout for the tournament this weekend. The total prize pool is $6,590. Payout for the Tier 1 is $3,640. Tier 2, $1,950. And there's a Tier 3 pot of $1,000, which is really great how it's split down to the different tiers. So everybody today qualifies. Top 2 go into Tier 1, bottom next 2 go down to Tier 2, and I think, would it be the last one?
Yes,
goes into Tier 3. And the winner, overall champion, will get
how the hell has that 3 found its way in there? That looked like it was no chance of going in there. Sorry, Steve.
No.
Sorry, what was the question you just asked?
Oh, just that the last player of the group will go into Tier 3, so only one of the players from each group goes down to Tier 3. But there's still a $250 prize for Tier 3 champion. So
what you've got as well is that because you've got a field of 160 in sections of 5, the top 2 tiers will each have 64 players in them, and Tier 3 will have 32, so Tier 3 you're only having to contend with half as many players.
Yeah, that's right, it's 16.
But I think that actually works really well, because they'll still be playing for their lives, because there's still $250 up for grabs if you win it.
So what does a runner-up get? Because I can't see how that works out, unless I'm being stupid. So 2 losing semis
is the losing finalist. So the winner gets $700 in Tier 1. The losing finalist, i.e. second, gets $400. And if you make it to the semi-final and you're losing semi-finalist, you get $250.
Okay.
Trim's just tried to break the 7 away from the 1, and look, he's ended up married to it.
They don't suit me, the style.
Oh, I see what Jess is trying to. Jess is trying to make him wear glasses while he's playing.
I reckon.
I like that. A bit of gamesmanship there. I'd love to have seen that game on commentary as well. I would have given Steve all sorts of grief. Anyway, bad news, folks. You're stuck with me. Double turns into a triple, just about drops for loai. So now Trim's got a free ball here, but not really anything obvious in terms of getting onto the 7. You can't see any punt because the 8's in the way, so he's going to have to invent something here, or perhaps even play the 10 down the rail and leave himself nicely on the 7. Because he's just pointing at the 8, almost like he wants to move it, but of course he can't unless he nominates it as a free ball. But he is actually nominating it as a free ball. I just wonder if he's going to try to play that into that combination. Oh, that's a lovely shot, but you know what's going to happen now, and I think he's just realising it as he's placing it, is where it goes is right in the way of the shot that he just left for himself. He's a wee bit unlucky there, but at the very least he can whip the 7 out, and now it's on. So it wasn't ideal, but it's okay for what he's trying to do. Loai's got a lot of work to do here. Can't make the pot. I don't think he's left Trim a snooker here. There's a nice juicy double here on the 7 into the middle pocket. He was just looking first of all to see whether he was snookered or not. It doesn't appear that he is. So it's just a straight double really, and just avoid getting snookered behind the 15. And can't make the double.
Okay, false alarm, so I'm back commentating. I am due on any second, so I might disappear.
That's alright. It's good to have you back.
Trim, how's he going? Oh no, it's loai. He's on.
Yeah, loai playing at the moment. Yeah, Trim just had a double on 7 to the middle pocket to possibly get on the black, and he missed it. And now Loai's got all this work to do if he wants to go 2-0 up. Not entirely sure about the shot that he's playing. I just wondered whether the 10 down the rail might have been a better option. Anyway. Oh, that was not far away either.
Good effort. Now
Great
Trim has a
effort.
good chance on the 7. Nice natural angle to come round for the 8. So we'll see what his cue-in's like.
Needs to be careful of two things here. A, the middle pocket that the 15's next to, and B, to not get snookered behind the 15. Well, he's missed it, so both of those points are moot. But you could see where the cue ball was coming back towards the 15. There was a chance he'd either go in off or go behind the 15, but as it is, neither of those things happened. Good pot there from Loai. I think he's managed to still stay on the 10 here. So that's going to be his next ball. Chops it directly into the rail, so no chance of a pot there.
The only thing Loai would be happy about is blocking the black to the right corner, so is limiting Trim's opportunity to pot the black.
Yeah, and Trim's naturally, the white ball is running towards that, where it is now, so to speak. You see the angle of the cue ball. She's just about managed to fluke the 7, and in fact it's ended up in perhaps the worst possible place for Loai, because the 15 was the only real ball that was on there, and now it's not on. So now he's got to think about what he needs to do here. If he wants to play this to go behind the 7, then the issue with that is that there's always a free ball in the offing.
Decision 2 to standby players. Ball eight. Ball B.
It looks like Steve's actually playing, or at least he's on standby, so I'm just going to mute his mic. He's just stepped away. If he is playing, then as always, best of luck. He is playing against Jess Brown. The referee's just... I wonder what he's doing. Just removing... Oh, the light... The board on the light's come loose by the look of it. So he's just going to remove it and try to get it taped back up again. So that's what the little delay is for. Just a few running repairs to the on-cue board on the lights. So if you've just tuned in, it's just gone 12 o'clock, so I can't say good morning to you. Instead I shall say good afternoon. Hope you're enjoying what you're seeing. This is the first day, or the qualifying day, of the 2021 Allan Cowan Memorial, played at the Papanui Bowling Club in Christchurch, New Zealand. The stream is on the left-hand side at the bottom of the screen, brought to you by OnCue. And on the bottom left-hand side of the screen you will see the man whom we are all playing this for, the Allan Cowan, amazing player within the sport in Christchurch, just in terms of his stature within the game. Absolutely loved playing pool. He gave so much of his time to the game. Passed away in January last year. But now we're playing this tournament in his memory. Used to love sitting by the control table, and even while he couldn't play the game, he was still involved in so many ways, on control, or just cheering on the players, or helping out with the scoring, helping out with the setup. Whatever there was to do, he'd put his hand up to do it. So he's a massive loss to pool, not just in Canterbury but in New Zealand. But his memory lives on in this tournament, and this year we do have 160 in the field, so it's the biggest field we've ever had. So trim makes the black, and we're now squared off at 1. So we do have 2 sessions in play. This is the morning session, which is sections 1 through 16. Each section has 5 players in it, as opposed to 6. So the afternoon session will be sections 17 through 32. So there are 160 players in a field, 5 in a section. So the first 2 qualifiers, i.e. the numbers 1 and 2, as they score in points, will go through to Tier 1. Qualifiers 3 and 4 will go through to Tier 2, and the bottom qualifier in the section will be playing in Tier 3. And Tiers 1 and 2 will each have 64 players in them, and Tier 3 will have 32 players. So that is the way this is set up. And you play all 3 frames, so even if you are ahead 2-0 or behind 2-0, you still play the 3rd frame. So if you win 3-0, you receive 6.5 qualifying points. If you win 2-1, you get 6.2. If you lose 2-1, you get 1.7. And if you lose 3-0, then you get 0. And I believe those are adjusted for the fact that there are 5 in a section and not 6, so they get multiplied by 1.25 to make up for that. Simon Singleton just asking me what time I have to be there for the afternoon. I believe the qualifying is not qualifying, but you have to be there between 1 and 1:20. Is it 1 and 1:20? Yeah, registration in the afternoon session, Simon, is between 1 and 1:20 p.m. So if you're here in 1 hour, then you're good. So they're just going through for the third time, I believe. Oh, loai, how have you done that? And I've just been called up to standby. So I shall love you and leave you once again. At the moment, I don't have a person co-commentating, so I will turn the mic off and until somebody does sit next. Actually, no, got Sammy next to me now, so Sam will take over for me while I'm away. So I will see you guys later and leave you in the capable voice of Sam Hopkinson.
1-1, is it? Jeez. Yep. Alright, hey guys. 1-1, he's on smalls. It looks like Trim has pretty much full control of this table. Oh, it's gone a bit ugly. Free ball. Yep, nice shot by Trim. So, he might take the 2. The 2's will be the shot here. That's a good result. Missed that, but still a nice control. Hard starter here. Oh, he doesn't want that. Uh-oh. Combo to Trim, so barring a huge mistake, it's going to be 2-1 to Trim for the match. Oh, he hasn't struck that one very nice. Oh, yuck. Hopefully, I think he's alright from the in-off. Yeah. Nice, 2-1 to Trim. Made that a bit harder than he wanted, but still got the job done. Yeah, up, Tom. Oh, yeah.
every year it goes. Better hope so.
No, that tough, mate.